We got a special one today on this stream. Today we're going to be looking at an old but gold gaming portable console. What we're talking about today is the PlayStation Portable right here. This is the PlayStation Portable. This is a very old school portable console. Probably one of the best for its times back in the 2000s. Now the main issues with this one right here is the battery that it came with is pregnant. As you can see, she's a bit overdue. And I don't think she's giving birth anytime soon still. It's been about 13 plus years she's probably been pregnant. So we need to replace the battery. On top of that, we're going to clean up this PlayStation Portable. It is in good condition. It's not that dirty. It's also decades old. Well, only like a decade old at this point. Or is it? It's like 2 decades old now, actually. Huh. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Because this came out in probably like 2007, I think. Because this is the 2000. PSP 2000. So what we're going to do first is just clean it up, and then we're going to get into battery replacement. Let's just wipe it down. Let's get all the grease and grime off of it. Fucking 2 decades of gamer sweat, even though this wasn't used that much. But yeah, there we go. That's looking polished now. Oh, you can see my face. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, so the PSP, this is an old portable gaming console. Let's compare it to one of the more modern day portable gaming portable gaming PCs, I guess, because all I have is a Steam Deck. It's not really a console. But if you put it to the size comparison, this thing's only the size of the screen of a Steam Deck. Kind of crazy if you think about it. It's very small. That's what she said. So what we're going to do real quick is replace the battery on it. I got batteries right here. Of course, I already charged one up just to make sure the system works before I went through all the effort of reviving it fully. So we're going to take our new battery. And this is how easy it was to replace a battery back in the days compared to nowadays. So you just pop the back off and you just pop the battery in. They made it so easy back then. And to think, to take a battery out of anything nowadays, you have to go through fucking hoops and hurdles. Of course, putting this back in is not the easiest thing. Just like so, we got our battery in. And as you can see, we get a light down here. We got a light over here as well. I don't know what that light means. Sony Entertainment. Boom. All right, so this is interesting. So look at the date that's on that, if you can see it. Is it going to adjust or no? Come on. Show them the date. Show them the date, camera. All right, but the date says 2/02/01/2010. So this thing hasn't been used probably since 2010. That's been a little while. That's been about 16 years we're talking about. And it is no longer 2010. It is 2026. PSP, you probably thought you would never see that date, would you? Sony Entertainment. Oh, there's a game in this. It put it. I got Ratchet and Clank in this thing right now. Can we go home? Because I didn't want to start a game. I want to go to the main menu. All right. So what we want to check is our system settings, because we want to see what version this one is on. Some information. 6.39. Actually, that's higher than what I thought it would have been too. We need to update this to 6.61 though if we want to do what we want to do with it. And how you do that is you need to get this memory card out. It's kind of easy to mod these things or like, you know, jailbreak them and whatnot. Well, as you can see, we have a memory stick. And Sony used these weird memory sticks back in the day for some reason. This one has only 2 gigabytes on it, which is crazy for 2026. 2 gigabytes is nothing. But that was like the norm back then. So that's kind of crazy. So to fix that issue is we got ourselves an adapter here. You can take this adapter and you can put an SD card in it. And by doing so, we're going to have a lot more space than 2 gigabytes. So that's going to be good. So here we go. We got our adapter. And now we just need the SD card, which I believe this is the SD card. I don't have any fucking knives or scissors around me, which is probably a good thing. So this is an Amazon Basics one. It was one of the cheaper ones. I don't need a crazy SD card for the PSP, so we went with this one. So we can put this into the side. So it pops up with something that's like, oh, there's a new memory card, can't be formatted. We can get around that by going down to the system settings again. And then it's going to be format memory stick. Do you want to format the memory stick? Yes. All data on memory stick will be deleted. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I just put it in. Format complete. So now our memory stick is formatted to a PSP. So now we can pull it back out and we can put the files that we need on it now onto this. We do need to update it first though, so we're probably gonna need to update it real quick. How do you update the PSP to the latest firmware? That's a good question. Thank you all for asking. We need to plug this into the computer. We need to connect this PSP in, so it's charging. First off, it needs to be charging. This is the charging cable, and then we can also plug this in, which will put us into PC mode, I think. And that will allow us to update it. All right, so this pops up the file explorer on my PC now. Good, so now I can go in here. Please insert a disk into the removable disk. The fuck are you saying? So we go to PSP, we go to game, and there should be an update folder. All right, I didn't show all the file explorer stuff on stream just because I was scared of leaking anything. But basically, when you plug your PSP into the computer with the USB mode, it will pop up with this file explorer, which is all the files for the PSP. You would go to PSP, then to game, and then there should be an update folder. If there is no update folder, you literally would just add a folder and just name it update in all caps, and that would work perfectly fine. So that's all I'm doing in this part of the video. And then of course, after you do all that, you want to go to this PSP Punk website. It's the ARC Loader website, which is basically how you jailbreak the PSP, and it's also how you're going to update the firmware to 6.61. Here we go, PSP game. There is no update folder. I'm just going to add a folder named update, and I hope that that works. All right, so in our update folder, we put the e-boot into it. The e-boot should allow us to push an update to the device now. Let's see if it does that. So now that we did that, we can unplug it. USB mode. There is a system update, so I think it did work. Let's see if it does it. Yep, okay, the update's there. So we're gonna update it now and let it do its thing. This will put us to the latest version of the PSP firmware, which is 6.61. You want to be on that if you want to jailbreak it, which is mostly recommended at this point in time because nothing's really supported on the PSP anymore. There's no online marketplace to buy games anymore. All of it's kind of just dead. The only way you can really play the PSP is if you have the UMDs that are needed. We can always have this plugged in to charging when we're doing all this, because it's probably a good idea to keep it charging. You don't want anything to fuck up, so we're just going to keep it charging. So after this, we can apply our like jailbreak software to it. It's going to allow us to jailbreak. We can permanently jailbreak it, but I'm going to take the lesser road to where I'm just going to load the jailbreak when I want to use the jailbreak instead of having it fully jailbroken all the time. It at least leaves my device in vanilla mode. And then if I do want it to be modded, I literally just click one button and have it restart. I think that's a better way of going about it. But you can permanently jailbreak the device if you just do not care about the vanilla settings of it. All right, our update is completed now. We can move on to the next step here. Give it a reset. It's going to reset now that we got the new update. We're up to the latest firmware on this thing now. It's up to date fully. And the last update for the PSP was, you guessed it, in 2009. Yeah, almost 20 years since this thing had an update. Sony really just moved on with their consoles and left it in the dust, as you should. I mean, it's an old piece of hardware. It's not really worth continuing to update it at that point, because you're just going to continue to make new hardware, so it's understandable. But 2009 is crazy for how, like, this thing was ahead of its time. That's all I'm trying to say. This thing was really ahead of its time. And as I'm taking the game out, we can actually talk about how unique the system that Sony had was. So with their games with this, they used UMDs. UMDs are like little DVDs. So not only did you have games on UMDs, you also had movies on UMDs. Like, look right here. We have Talladega Nights. We have Dodgeball. Even got Predator, Bad Boys 2. And a lot of these are still sealed, actually. Like, look, this is still sealed. No one even opened this one. This one still, like, has the factory seals on it and everything. It was just a really cool concept for the time. And even to this day, if you like physical media, a PSP is a really cool device, because you can just take your UMD, open the back up, pop it in, and then boom, you're watching a movie like that. Yeah, look, UMD. And then we're watching Talladega Nights just like that. Boom. Right into the movie. That's actually kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. So at the time, you had Nintendo was really the only one making like good portable like consoles at the time. Of course, there's other companies trying to compete with Nintendo, but it was just uncompetable until Sony came out with this, and they kind of started competing a little bit. Of course, Nintendo still took the cake for the whole handheld gaming stuff, but this was a very innovative device. It was a very popular device. And the PS Vita just didn't carry the torch the same way that the PSP did, despite the PS Vita actually having 2 thumbsticks. This one only has the one. So that's kind of crazy to consider as well. So now we're going to do the jailbreaking process of the PSP. So we got ARC loader and ARC_10234. So you'd once again go to the PSP Punk website, and this is where you would find the ARC 4 download. You can use the website and it will actually walk you through exactly what you need to do. But this is once again something I didn't really show on stream, so I'm just going to let you all know about the website. It'll also be in the description if you want to do it yourself. So that's where the ARC1234 goes. I'm going to drag that over to save data and then copy ARC loader to PSP games. On the PSP under games list, there'll be a new application named ARC loader now. Once again, we're going to keep it charging though while we do all this. It just makes it a lot less riskier to deal with. And there we go. We got ARC loader now. So we're going to click that and we're going to let this download now. And this is going to fully jailbreak the whole thing. And it's now jailbroken. I jailbroke a PSP. And it's only jailbroken once you launch that. So every time you want to jailbreak it, you have to go to memory stick and then to that. And that will jailbreak it. But now we can see we got custom firmware and stuff now. I can overclock. I can do all this fun stuff now. So now we can move the games over. So I plug it back into USB mode. This comes up. I add a new folder. I name it iOS or ISO. I mean, I said iOS. ISO. Not to be confused with Apple iOS. If you want to add games to your SD card, you would open it up to the main part here. And when you come in, you will only have these folders. You will not have this folder that says ISO. You would just add a new folder and type ISO in all caps. And then you'll just put all your ROMs into there if you have the ROM. I will not tell you where to get ROMs. You have to figure that out on your own because it is illegal. And then I can come over here and I can add a few games that I definitely legally got. I went out of my way to get. And that's going to add it to my USB. And we're going to see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work or not, or if I'm going to have to do some extra stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's as easy as just putting the ROMs over to the ISO folder. All right, it's downloaded. Let's see if we have the games. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories and Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Let's play some Chinatown Wars. What's up, Copper? You just hit me and ran away. Is that real? That's very cool. We're playing GTA fucking Chinatown Wars. I can add a lot more games to this thing, which we'll probably end up doing. But for right now, we're going to leave it at those two. So now we're just going to finish up. We're just going to put some finishing touches on this thing. All right, so what we have here is a case for it. And I also got a clear case. So this is like to put a clear thing over it. This is just a carrying case. So let's break these bad boys out. All made in China, by the way. 10 out of 10 quality is what you're getting. Let's see how good this case is for the PSP. Oh, yes. Slide it in like this. That thing smells funky. Holy shit. Oh, I need to play some PSP games. Let me pop it out. I don't think you actually put it in that. You can probably just set it in there like that. And then we got this thing right here, which is very cool, very nice. I can set the PSP in likey so. Close her up. And there we go. It's in a little clear thing. Does it fit in this now, though? Yes, it does. And it still fits in our carrying case. Like that. Now, I like this clear case because actually I can still put UMDs in it easy and perfectly. Because this back part pops out like that. And that still allows you to put in the UMDs. So you can just set your UMD in there still. And then game like you normally would. Now, it doesn't go back in as easy. There you go. Very nice, very nice. And that will conclude our PSP escapades for today. This was a good week for gaming because I did the PSP. And I got a case. Fuck yes. Fuck yeah. Till next week. We might do another PlayStation next week. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But we'll see. But until then, you all have a good one. Peace out.